welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Nina.
And I'm Matt. And today we're looking at day 2 of our story, The Canterville Ghost.
Yes.
So this is a very old, famous story about a ghost, and it's actually been made into several movies and TV shows and some stage productions.
Cool, that's super cool.
So there's a lot of great stories about ghosts that are made into movies, and a lot of them are scary.
Yeah.
So do you like the scary ghost films?
Not so much, no,
Okay.
I don't. I prefer the fun ones, maybe, for example, like Casper, the friendly ghost. So I love that movie when I was younger. I grew up watching it, and he's just the cutest thing.
Yeah, I remember the Casper, the friendly ghost comic books as well. I used to, buy those when my family was going on a road trip, so I had something to do in the car on the way.
Ah, that's cute.
But yeah, I also liked more fun ghost stories, so I really liked the Ghostbusters.
Ooh, I know that one.
Yeah,
yes.
so they have movies and they had a TV show when I was a kid, and they had a newish movie maybe 5 or so years ago, and that one was also very good because it brought back the old characters and they're fighting ghosts, but there are also friendly ghosts.
Okay,
So,
that's
nice.
super cool.
All right, well, today's story is also a bit of a more fun ghost story. It's not so scary. So let's continue with our story, The Canterville Ghost.
Sounds good.
As the weeks passed, the Otis children, especially the twins, played tricks on Sir Simon's ghost. They dropped buckets of water on him, threw pillows at him, and laughed at his attempts to haunt them. Sir Simon grew tired and miserable. He had not been at peace since 1584, when Lady Eleanor's brothers locked him in a room until he starved to death. His guilty soul had wandered the mansion ever since. All he wanted was to rest in the Garden of Death, where everything was peaceful.
Okay, now we're doing day 2 of the Canterville Ghost. And I think we ended with Mr. Otis meeting the ghost and offering oil for his chain.
Yeah, so Mr. Otis didn't react in a scared way at all to the ghost. He just offered to help the ghost.
Okay, which was pretty cool.
So let's see what happens next. As the weeks passed, the Otis children, especially the twins, played tricks on Sir Simon's ghost.
Okay, so they're not afraid of the ghost either.
I guess not, if they're
having fun.
so unafraid that they're actually playing tricks on him. Sounds like maybe they're even bullying him.
Oh.
Well, must mean they're not afraid.
Yeah, they dropped buckets of water on him, threw pillows at him, and laughed at his attempts to haunt them. Sir Simon grew tired and miserable. Okay, so they were not scared of him and they were playing tricks, and really, I think the ghost was getting annoyed. He was just, this is not fun anymore. He felt miserable. So when you're miserable, you feel very unhappy, sad, or uncomfortable for a long time. For example, the dog seemed miserable when it was left alone at home.
Okay, so yeah, the ghost, I thought he would already be miserable if he had to be a ghost haunting a house.
But at least maybe he had fun haunting people.
I guess so. At least he got the reactions that he expected when people ran away scared. But now he is running away scared from these twins because they are doing mean things to him.
Yeah.
Okay, let's cut to Hanny and see what she has to say.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny， 今天要继续来读 The Canterville Ghost 这个故事，坎特维尔幽灵。那接下来几周 ，Otis 这一家的孩子们在捉弄 Sir Simon 的鬼魂，尤其是那调皮的双胞胎，他们会往他身上倒一桶一桶的水，向他扔枕头，还嘲笑他。Sir Simon 变得疲惫又痛苦。Matt 老师说他听起来就像被霸凌了。老师用到 bully 这个字当动词，就表示霸凌。那课文单字 miserable 是形容痛苦的、悲惨的或可怜的。好，这边一个重点是 play a trick on 表示捉弄什么，对什么什么恶作剧。名词 trick 在这边是指恶作剧或是把戏。例如 Tom likes to play tricks on his sister. Tom 喜欢捉弄他的妹妹。好，那这边我们用到复数型 tricks 就表示不止一次咯。那接着课文中。
All right, thanks, Hanny. Let's find out more about this miserable ghost.
Yes.
He had not been at peace since 1584, when Lady Eleanor's brothers locked him in a room until he starved to death.
Wow, so it sounds like Lady Eleanor and her family didn't treat him very well.
Well, actually, I think in part 1, we learned that he murdered Lady Eleanor.
Maybe but which one happened first though?
Well, he starved to death in this room, so I'm pretty sure he would have had to murder Lady Eleanor first, and then her brothers, in an act
he starved to death.
of revenge, would put him in this room.
In my head, I thought he just was locked in a room to starve, and maybe they didn't treat him well, and that's why, but he died. Okay. Okay, continuing. His guilty soul had wandered the mansion ever since. Okay, so obviously he's been there for quite some time. All he wanted was to rest in the Garden of Death, where everything was peaceful. Okay, so I wonder why he didn't get to rest.
Well, and maybe it's because he is guilty. Guilty means that you have done something wrong or committed a crime. And it can also mean that you have the feeling of remorse for something wrong that you have done. So this ghost has murdered his wife, so that is something he is guilty of, and he also might feel guilty for it. So another example, Ella felt guilty for forgetting her brother's birthday.
Well, she should.
Well, it's not as bad as what this ghost did.
Very true. Okay, now let's go to Hanny and we'll learn more soon.
Sir Simon 从1584年以来一直无法安息。当时他太太的兄弟们把他锁在房间里，直到饿死。那他充满罪恶感的灵魂从那时起就在大宅中徘徊，他只想要安息于死亡花园，那里的一切都很宁静。好，那么单字 guilty 它是形容内疚的、充满罪恶感的、有罪的。Matt 老师在解释单字时用到 remorse 这个名词，它可以表达懊悔、自责。那这边有2个重点，第一个是 since 的词性及用法。首先，它可以当介系词或连接词来表达自从什么什么以来一直怎么样，后面接表示过去时间点的名词或子句。例如 Mark has lost a lot of weight since I last saw him. 从我上次见到 Mark 以来，他瘦了很多。再来 since 可以当副词来表达此后、从此，常常搭配 ever 来加强语气。像 They moved to Chicago 5 years ago and have lived there ever since. 他们5年前搬到芝加哥，从此就住在那里。再来看第2个重点是 all 主词加动词 is 或者是 was 再加 to 加原形动词，这表示某人所做的一切就是怎么样，某人唯一做的事就是什么什么，强调只不过仅仅。句型里面的这个 all 它是主词，那么主词加动词的部分是形容词子句用来修饰前方的 all， 只是它是省略了关系代名词 that。那因为 all 它是主词，就要搭配单数动词 is 或者是 was。举例来说 ，All you need is to believe in yourself。你只需要相信自己。好，注意一下句型里面的形容词子句，如果它带有动词 do， 那么 be 动词之后这个不定词 to be 就会省略掉 to。例如 All I want to do is go home and sleep. 我只想回家睡觉。好，接着回到课文中。
All right, thanks, Hanny. So we've just learned a bit of this ghost's origin story about why he's there. He's there because he murdered his wife and then her brothers locked him in a room where he would die because he had no food. And that is now why he haunts this house.
Yeah, so he is guilty. He did a very bad thing. Okay.
Well, and he just wants to rest now, so I wonder if someone can help him finally get some rest.
Okay.
Let's go to the second part of our story, and we'll be right back.
One afternoon, young Virginia discovered the ghost sitting alone, looking sadder than she had ever seen anyone look. Unlike her family, she felt sorry for him.
I have been so wicked.
Sir Simon whispered.
Only a pure heart can release me from this suffering.
Virginia promised to help, and she disappeared with the ghost into the walls of the mansion. Hours later, she returned safely carrying a box of beautiful jewels, Sir Simon's thank you gift. The family followed her to a secret room where they found the ghost's skeleton finally at rest. They buried Sir Simon properly in the churchyard, and from that day on, his troubled spirit never appeared again.
Okay, we're back, so let's continue with the story. One afternoon, young Virginia discovered the ghost sitting alone, looking sadder than she had ever seen anyone look.
Oh,
Okay, so this is Virginia, the young daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Otis.
Yeah.
She's taken some pity on the ghost. I think he looks sad, and when you see someone looking sad, you probably feel like you have to do something to help.
Yeah, so it sounds like she's very nice. Continuing. Unlike her family, she felt sorry for him. I have been so wicked, Sir Simon whispered. Only a pure heart can release me from the suffering. Okay, so he is suffering. Suffering means a time of great pain, sadness, or trouble. So he's suffering, I'm guessing, because he can't go rest at the, what was it? The
Garden of Death.
Peace? Garden of Death? He
Wasn't
can't
it?
rest at peace at the Garden of Death. All right, for example, the village endured great suffering after the flood. Okay, so young Virginia was taking pity on the ghost. So let's see what she decides to do.
All right. Virginia promised to help, and she disappeared with the ghost into the walls of the mansion.
Oh, interesting. So the ghost can help her go through walls?
But that sounds kind of scary. I don't know if I don't know if I would trust a ghost that murdered his wife to just go with him through the walls. You don't know where you're going. It sounds a bit scary.
But then again, if the ghost wanted to or could kill her, he would have done it a while ago.
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go to Hanny.
有一天下午，女儿 Virginia 发现鬼魂独自坐着，看起来比她见过的任何人都还要悲伤。Virginia 为她感到难过。那么 Sir Simon 这时候低声地说，他一直都很邪恶，只有一颗纯洁的心才能让他从这种痛苦中解脱。那接着 Virginia 答应要帮忙，接着就跟鬼魂一起消失在大宅的墙壁里。好，单字 suffering 它是名词，就表示痛苦折磨。那这边有一个重点是比较级加上 than 搭配 ever 的用法。好，副词 ever 它在这边是指以往任何时候或者是曾经，常常跟比较级连用，强调说比以往更怎么样，前所未有的怎么样。例如 She is stronger than anyone I have ever met. 她比我认识的任何人都还要坚强。那接话课文中。
All right, thank you, Hanny. Let's continue with the article. Hours later, she returned safely, carrying a box of beautiful jewels, Sir Simon's thank you gift. Okay, so jewels are valuable stones used in jewelry like diamonds or rubies. Okay. For example, the queen wore a necklace with beautiful jewels. Okay, so the little girl Virginia, she came back with a box of jewels, right? So I wonder why he was thanking her.
Well, I wonder why she was in the walls for several hours. That's like 3 hours or so.
Sounds like he took the ghost somewhere?
Yeah, that's a long time to be just, I would think if she's a young girl, her parents should be wondering where she went for several hours, especially if she went with a ghost.
Indeed.
All right, continuing. The family followed her to a secret room where they found the ghost skeleton finally at rest.
Oh, interesting.
So I guess they've found this secret room where the original Sir Simon
was locked up in?
Was locked up, and that's where he died, and it was a secret room, and I guess that's why nobody found him before.
Okay, they buried Sir Simon properly in the churchyard, And from that day on, his troubled spirit never appeared again. Okay, so it sounds like Virginia helped this ghost find peace, right?
Yeah, he's finally at peace. He doesn't need to haunt the house anymore. Now they can have a house that is not haunted.
Well, I don't think it made too much difference to them.
Well, I guess the twins might be disappointed that they can't, tease the ghost anymore.
Yes.
All right, so they buried Sir Simon's skeleton. So to bury something means to put something in the ground and cover it with earth or dirt. So often when people die, they are buried in the ground.
Yes.
So we have an example sentence. To this day, no one knows where the treasure was buried. All right, so that's an exciting thing to dig for, a buried treasure. And it looks like Virginia got a little bit of treasure here, although it wasn't buried. She just was given it by the ghost.
Yes, she was. Okay, now let's go to Hanny and we'll be right back.
几个小时后 ，Virginia 平安回来了，手中捧着一盒精美的珠宝，那是 Sir Simon 给她的谢礼。那么一家人就跟着 Virginia 来到隐秘的房间，发现了鬼魂的骸骨，终于安息了。那他们把 Sir Simon 妥善的安葬在教堂墓地。从那天起呢，他的灵魂再也没有出现过。好，单字 jewel 它是名词，表示宝石、珠宝，或者是指珍贵的人或事物。它当宝石、珠宝解释时常用复数形。那么 Nina 老师在解释单字时提到 ruby 就是红宝石。下一个单字 bury 这个动词表示埋葬、埋藏。那我们接着回到课文中。
Okay, thank you, Hanny. Now we have a what do you think question. If you met Sir Simon's ghost, what would you do, Matt? Would you try to scare him, help him, or ignore him?
Well, I wouldn't want to help him because he's a murderer.
Okay.
So I don't think he's someone that I want to help.
But what if he's already paid his dues? He's been, by himself.
I guess 300 years is a long time to be sentenced for a crime. But still, I guess I would ignore him because what I would do is I would move. I would not live in that house anymore. I would just leave him there and go to somewhere else to live because I don't want to live with a ghost.
Okay, then that makes sense. All right, now let's review the story one more time and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
As the weeks passed, the Otis children, especially the twins, played tricks on Sir Simon's ghost. They dropped buckets of water on him, threw pillows at him, and laughed at his attempts to haunt them. Sir Simon grew tired and miserable. He had not been at peace since 1584, when Lady Eleanor's brothers locked him in a room until he starved to death. His guilty soul had wandered the mansion ever since. All he wanted was to rest in the Garden of Death, where everything was peaceful. One afternoon, young Virginia discovered the ghost sitting alone, looking sadder than she had ever seen anyone look. Unlike her family, she felt sorry for him.
I have been so wicked.
Sir Simon whispered.
Only a pure heart can release me from this suffering.
Virginia promised to help, and she disappeared with the ghost into the walls of the mansion. Hours later, she returned safely, carrying a box of beautiful jewels, Sir Simon's thank you gift. The family followed her to a secret room where they found the ghost's skeleton finally at rest. They buried Sir Simon properly in the churchyard, and from that day on, his troubled spirit never appeared again.
最后我们来复习今天课文里的单字文法。单字的部分有 miserable 形容词，形容痛苦的、悲惨的、可怜的。guilty 是形容内疚的、充满罪恶感的、有罪的。suffering 名词，表示痛苦折磨。jewel 名词，表示宝石、珠宝或是珍贵的人事物。bury 动词，表示埋葬、埋藏。文法的部分，第一个学到 since 的词性及用法。首先可以当介系词或连接词，表达自从什么以来，一直怎么样。它也可以当副词，表达此后、从此。第二个，我们学到句型 all 主词加动词加上 is 或者是 was， 再加不定词 to be， 表示某人所做的一切就是怎么样，某人唯一做的事情就是什么什么。第三个我们学到比较级加上 than 搭配 ever， 是强调比以往更怎么样，前所未有的怎么样。好，那以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Welcome to Which One Fits, the game where we tackle confusing English words.
I can't wait to get started.
Today, we're going to sort out the difference between easy and simple.
Before we dive in, let's go over how the game works.
In Which One Fits, we'll read a sentence with a blank, and you have to choose between easy and simple.
So join us and challenge your English intuition.
All right, here comes your first sentence. The recipe is blank and only has 3 basic steps. Which one fits?
I think it's simple.
Correct. Simple emphasizes that something is straightforward or not complicated. Next one. The math homework was so blank that I finished it in no time. Which one fits?
That should be easy.
Yes, easy means something doesn't take much effort or skill to complete.
Cool. I think I'm getting the hang of this.
All right, let's break it down clearly.
First, easy is an adjective that means something doesn't require much work or know-how. For example, this is an easy exercise that anyone can do.
So, it emphasizes that doing the activity isn't difficult.
Now, simple is also an adjective that can mean easy to understand or do, but it mainly highlights that something is direct, obvious, and not complex. For example, the app features a simple interface with few buttons.
In other words, it focuses on having few steps or parts rather than how hard it is to do.
You can think of it this way. Easy is about doing something without working hard, while simple is about doing it without confusion.
Once you understand that difference, choosing the right word becomes much easier.
And here's the fun part. Both can appear in the same sentence. She found the puzzle easy to solve because of its simple logic.
So while the two words are sometimes interchangeable, understanding the subtle difference helps you use them more precisely.
Right. Now you'll never mix them up again.
Until next time, keep learning.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.